Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Scott, and today we're going to be painting a Salamander Space Marine from Warhammer 40k. Now this is part of a commission project, and I'm quite happy with the result, so let's go ahead and dive into how I paint salamanders. Now before we can paint this model, we need to prime it. I've chosen to use Ultramatte Black Paint Plus Primer from Rust-Oleum, but you can use any spray primer that you want. Our first color in this project is going to be Waaagh Flesh, and we're using this as the base color for all of the armor panels on the model. You want to make sure to do multiple thin coats of this because this is a rather thick paint. Once we're happy with that base color, we're going to take Nuln Oil and we're going to do a light wash of this over all of the green armor. And the main focus is making sure that this color gets into the recesses of the armor. After we've allowed that shade to dry, we're going to take Warpstone Glow. We're going to water this down slightly so that we have better control with how the paint applies. We're going to layer this over all of the armor panels, but we're not painting all the way up to the edge. We want the recesses to remain dark on the model. Our next step is to take Moot Green, and we're going to use this to edge highlight all of the armor panels. Now this can be a time-consuming process. You want to make sure that you take it slow, be patient with it, and don't worry, if you overpaint, you can always take the previous green color and touch up your lines later on. Now that we're done with the main armor color, we're going to take Abaddon Black. We're going to use this to paint the shoulder pads, the backpack, and all of the undersuit that appears in the joints of the model. After that's all taken care of, we're going to take Leadbelcher, and we're going to use this to paint the pistol, as well as the teeth of the chainsword, and any other spots that we want to have a gunmetal color on the model. Now we're going to take Nuln Oil, and we're going to use this to shade all of the areas that we painted with the gunmetal color in the previous step. While that shade is drying, we're going to take Retributor Armor, and we're going to use this to paint the Aquila that is on the chest of the model, as well as the trim on the shoulder pads. If there's any other ornamental details on the model, you'd paint those with this color as well. We're going to shade all of the gold on the model using Reikland Flesh Shade, and you can go as heavy as you'd like with this. It'll just darken the gold down more. Once that shade is dried, we're going to take Gehenna's Gold and we're going to carefully layer this over the raised surfaces of the gold panels on the model. Now we're doing this to bring back the pearlescent, shiny effect of the gold. After we're done with that, we're going to take Balthazar Gold, and we're using this to paint the barrel of the flamethrower pistol, as well as the fuel tank, and any other metallic details that we want to pop from the gunmetal colors. We're quickly going to shade the copper that we painted in the previous step using Agrax Earthshade. Now you could do this with Nuln Oil, it's just a difference of brown tones versus black tones in the recesses. It's time to work on the eyes, and we're going to take Averland Sunset and very carefully paint this in the recesses that are sculpted on the helmet for the eyes. Now you don't have to go all the way to the edge of the recesses because the shade we're going to use next is going to fill in the gaps. We're going to shade the eyes in using Cassandora Yellow, and you want to put just a dot of this in each eye and have it be just heavy enough that you can tell it's pooling up around the edges of the eye, but you can still see the main color at the center of the eye. After that shade is dried, we're going to very carefully take Uriel Yellow and put a dot of this in the very center of the eye to give the appearance of glowing eyes. Our final step in this project is to take Dark Reaper, and we're going to highlight all of the black parts of the model. Now I've saved this for last because since there's black on every part of the model, it gives you an excuse to look over the whole model and identify any mistakes that you've made. And with that, we finished painting our salamanders. Thank you so much for watching today. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, go ahead and like it and then subscribe to my channel so you can see future videos that I make. I'd like to give a special shout out to my channel members who make videos like this possible. If you'd like to become a channel member, hit the join button below this video. You'll gain access to exclusive perks such as a members only Discord. Anyway, have an amazing day, and we'll catch you in the next one.